the Royal Enfield 650cc parallel twin Interceptor, and the new Cafe Racer. Let's get the numbers out of the way because this discussion goes further beyond that. 47 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 55 Newton meters of torque at a very low 4,000 RPM. Notice the RPM numbers for the peak torque. It's very low, and that means this motorcycle should feel great to cruise on. But of course, taking away from the experience of cruising could be vibrations. Royal Enfield addresses that issue strongly with a balancer shaft to take care of the primary vibrations and a 270-degree crank to take away the secondary vibrations. They're claiming to be really smooth with this motorcycle and moving away from their classic vibey single-cylinder engines. It will need to be smooth though to compare against this Triumph Street Twin, a motorcycle that is so smooth that in lower RPMs it almost feels like the engine has turned off below you. But the Triumph has rider modes and even a basic traction control system which the Royal Enfield Interceptor and the Cafe Racer don't have. However, it's not a fully classic motorcycle. We get a slip assist clutch, which is a first time for Royal Enfield, a 6-speed gearbox. The braking duties are done by a single 320mm disc up front with a 240mm single disc at the rear. And finally, they have added ABS, which is what I wanted them to do. And while I was riding in Ladakh, I met with a few Royal Enfield officials in Delhi before the ride. And the first thing I told them was, why don't you put ABS into all of your motorcycles? Well, finally, they have put ABS onto the 650cc motorcycles. And I hope that in future, even the smaller single-cylinder motors get the ABS. The rear still gets dual gas charge shocks, much like the Cafe Racer, and the front is done with standard 41mm shocks. Royal Enfield says that they can finally touch 160 km per hour or 100 miles per hour easily, which means they can maintain comfortable freeway speeds in Europe and USA. Personally, from my own feedback, I wasn't a fan of how their single-cylinder engines struggled after 100 km per hour, even on the Indian highways. So I think finally they have become relevant for highway cruising even in India. A notable exception to that was their Himalayan, which is also a single-cylinder motor, but I was maintaining 120 to 130 kilometers on the Delhi to Chandigarh highway, and it was not that much vibey at all. So single-cylinder engines can also be in future improved to reduce vibrations. For this twin, however, I'm really hopeful that it will offer the premium performance for a very relaxed cruiser and a very fun bike to ride. Anyways, back to the twin-cylinder motorcycles. The second variant is the Cafe Racer. It's very similar to the previous Cafe Racer in looks, but it now comes with a new 650cc engine. The frame has been beefed up. Both the bikes run Pirelli tires developed specifically for this motorcycle, and I expect them to perform well. They will also get a host of accessories like windshields, sump guards, and exhaust systems. Production of these motorcycles will be carried out in Chennai, India, and first they will be launched in Europe, and later when their production capability increases, they will start serving the Indian market where they expect a larger demand for these motorcycles. For buyers, they're already expecting their existing owners to upgrade to these bikes, also a few riders from other brands to finally take out the Royal Enfield experience. Now that it's become vibration free and a lot more premium with higher highway speeds, I think a lot of people might be interested. And being produced in India, you can expect aggressive pricing, though Royal Enfield products are a bit on the expensive side compared to the features they offer. So my guess would be around 5 lakh rupees on road for these bikes. The only downside is that these engines are air cooled and there should be some heating issues while riding these bikes in Indian urban conditions. But on the highway, I think they'll manage just fine. Now, I would like to say that I have ridden with some of the guys who work in Royal Enfield's European product development division. And back there, we had some discussions of which type of motorcycles they were developing. They did not reveal many secrets to me, but I knew that something was coming, and I'm happy finally that this motorcycle has finally made it to the EICMA and will make it to India sometime next year. And as for the heating problem which I just mentioned, that is what our road tests are for. So do subscribe to our channel and wait for these motorcycles to come to India, and we will definitely review them and give you our honest and unbiased opinion. Till then, you can check out the other upcoming motorcycles or check out the vast variety of motorcycles that we have already reviewed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.